channel. Today we're doing another LGBT and we're doing 10 things you should consider before being friends with your ex. Yeah, is an interesting concept, being friends with an ex.
That it is.
I don't think there's ever a right answer. I think it's very circumstantial. So these 10 things that we're going to discuss today are kind of considerations, maybe things to see if you're self-aware enough, or maybe probe you, if you will, about your self-awareness to see if it is an actual good idea to keep your ex in your life as a friend, or to just cut them out.
I think I know which one you like best, Holly.
I'm a person that cuts them out. Nice black and white, clean break, no issues, no mess. And I'm only that way because my first breakup, where I got my heart broken, was so messy. I tried to be friends and it didn't work out, and that's why I am the way I am. Where Paige has had good experiences.
With my exes?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well.
No, but what I will say is I do believe we're able to at least explain from our own experiences, because both of us have had exes who we tried to be friends with growing up, and we kind of learned the do's and don'ts, the red flags, everything. So we're gonna go through all those. Yeah.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
The reason we tried to be friends with our ex, though, was for the complete wrong reasons.
Yes.
So yes, like Paige said, these are the lessons we've learned, and I think there are very good reasons to still be friends with an ex, so hopefully these 10 things will kind of unpack that a little bit. Should we jump right in?
We should, Holly, but before that, we need a thumb blast, we need to subscribe, and we need a comment of the day.
I will put myself first.
Holly.
It's not selfish, it's a good thing to do. When it comes to either developing a friendship or cutting someone out, I think you definitely need to put yourself first.
I love that.
To be the healthiest version of yourself.
Okay. Guys, you heard it here first from the queen herself. So number one, I feel like this is one of the most important ones. Do you still have feelings for your ex, or do you not have feelings for your ex? If you have feelings for them, I feel like you probably aren't ready to be friends with them, because that's gonna lead to some serious shit right there.
And that is exactly the mess that we got ourselves in prior. I think feelings don't have to always be romantic feelings. I think that's where everyone's brain first goes with, like, I'm not in love with him anymore. But you can also have anger, you can have jealousy, you can have other things going on that you don't feel towards your other friends. So if there are any kind of unresolved feelings, or any feelings that are a bit too strong to be friends with them, I think you should deal with that first before even thinking about being their friend.
Yeah, a lot of people think they can just jump right into being their friend after.
Yeah, just because physicality stops doesn't mean that friendship will presume.
Perfect. Quick and easy, look at us, we're flying through these.
Yeah.
Just one. Okay.
Number two, what has the time been from the breakup to the friendship? The shorter the time, the more thought I believe you should put into it.
If you're really jumping from your relationship to breakup to becoming friends or besties right away, that in itself is a little bit troublesome. I feel like it's very difficult to be able to do that without feelings being involved on either end. And I think that it's just something maybe you should take some time for yourself first. Both of you will probably need some time and some space to be able to, like, wrap your head around the fact that this is a breakup before you can come back together and be able to be healthy friends.
Yeah, I think that's very well said. Time heals all, no matter how big the pain was, right? It doesn't have to be a painful breakup to still require time to adjust from a relationship to a friendship. So give yourself some time and space, figure out your own head, and then when you're ready to be friends with that person, if that's what you decide, boom, have at her. Yeah. Basically, don't rush into anything, because you might be rushing for the wrong reasons.
Okay, so number three is, was it a clean breakup or was it a messy breakup? If you have a clean breakup where everything's been talked about and you're very open and you've communicated well and the feelings have kind of been let out, I think that is a really good way to start a friendship after a breakup. But I do believe that there are a lot of times with their partner or the partner they've broken up with, there seems to be like a lack of communication and just really understanding of each other's feelings and understanding of your own feelings.
Yeah, I think a lot of times there are unresolved conflicts within a breakup, and I think even the cleanest of clean breakups, once you take that time to kind of reflect on maybe what started to go wrong, was it you, was it them, was it both, what do you need to work on, as that process unravels itself, as you're taking time, things come up later on that you're like, oh, I wish I should have said this, or oh, I wish I had addressed that. Sometimes it's really good to have a third party to bounce ideas off of to make you see things more clearly. So that could be a friend, could be a family member, could be a counselor. I think it's just really important to be able to face your emotions in a raw way without any kind of influence with parties involved. So yeah, on the back of that, if you do choose to seek third-party advice, counselor is a great way to go. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring us. BetterHelp, we both have had experience with. For those of you who don't know what BetterHelp is, it's basically an online platform. It has over 15,000 counselors. It's very easy to sign up. You basically just put in your gender, if you have one, your age, where you're from, but it is available worldwide. And then based on those criteria, and what you say you need help with, they will match you with the best match possible in their opinion. But the best thing is that with 15,000 people to choose from, if you don't mesh well with the one that they've chosen, easily switch to another until you find a good match.
Right, and all of these counselors are licensed. One of the options that BetterHelp has is that you can do just an online chat with a counselor.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great way for people that maybe aren't comfortable talking in person or on the phone like myself, to still be able to communicate.
So if you guys are interested, you can check the link in our description. It's betterhelp.com/Paige and Holly, that's HELP, for 10% off your first month of therapy. Thank you again, BetterHelp. You are fantastic, and the work you're doing is changing lives. And I like to think we're changing lives too.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not for the better, but we're definitely changing them.
Okay, number 4 is a doozy. You must ask yourself the question, look deep within yourself. Are you being friends with that person because you're lonely? Think about it.
What's the answer?
Exactly. I think that one of the reasons why Paige and I both wanted to be friends with our ex was basically for the chance that things would reignite again.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be on our own. We didn't want to rebuild ourselves from scratch. We didn't want to start a new relationship. We wanted that person. So having them play a part in our life and be friends with them was better than losing them completely and being alone.
Definitely. And also, I think even if, let's just say there aren't feelings involved necessarily, and like the breakup was kind of clean, you maybe actually just lost feelings for each other or whatever the case is, to go, especially in like a longer term relationship, to go from like being with somebody every single day, you know, even just sharing a bed at night, and suddenly going from that all the way to completely by yourself on your own, you're kind of stuck with your thoughts. Yeah, it's hard to do that. And it may be what pushes you to want to stay close to your ex. And that's just, unfortunately, like that's just not a good reason to be close with your ex still.
Yeah, I think it's human nature to grab onto any kind of comfort you can.
Definitely.
When you're feeling uncomfortable. Try not to fall back on old habits and forge your way forward.
Here is your comfort level, here is uncomfortability, and that is where the growth happens.
Yeah, your potential lies outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, so you
don't stay here.
Don't stay there.
Go here instead.
Beautiful. I should tattoo that down my spine.
Round your nipple.
Wow. We'll do yours. We'll do yours.
Me protecting myself.
Now, number 5 here, this one is one that affected me personally, and I feel like a lot of people this also affects. You think that having a friendship with your ex will decrease the pain or the heartache that you feel. I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't at all. We've both experienced this. It might make you feel better for like a moment, but I'm telling you, 99% of that, you're not gonna feel better, and you're gonna feel way worse, especially, I don't know, like if you find out their feelings about somebody else, or you know, like they're taking advantage of you, anything like that, it's just not good.
I think being friends with your ex when you haven't fully unpacked everything within the relationship and within yourself to numb the pain is just prolonging the realization of what you still need to unpack. So whether you unpack it in the first week or the first year, that time of reckoning will come, and I think it's up to you to be self-aware enough to get through that process before you make the decision to keep your ex in your life or not. Because it's coming. Both of us tried to be friends with our ex to ease the pain, because it was a lot easier than just saying, see you later, bye,
so
never
we thought.
talk to you again.
So we thought.
But it is easier. It's just more work at the end of the day. Number 6, Do you stalk them on social media? My answer is, if you do, you're not ready to be friends.
It's as simple as that, Holly. Like, if you're stalking them on any form of social media, or like their whereabouts, or you know, find my iPhone or something, there are feelings involved there that are going well beyond something that a friendship gets involved in. Like, I got my best friend Maggie, I would love the girl to death, but I ain't going on her social media stalking the shit out of her unless I'm looking at photos of myself. So you don't need to do that. If you're doing it, red flag, back away, you're not ready to be friends.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, number 7, I really like this one. If you have a toxic relationship, don't think that it won't make a toxic friendship, because odds are that it will. If they're taking advantage of you back when you were dating, don't think they're not going to do that again when you are friends, because they know you on a completely different level than just like your other friends would. It's very difficult to remove those habits, whether you're a friend or in a relationship, the way that your dynamic is, so be very careful with that.
100%. I think the reason why being friends with your ex is so tricky is because you're almost stepping down, you know, like it's not, okay, we're starting from scratch. That's not it. The reason why it's so hard is because you have all this stuff, these emotions, this history with one person, and now you're supposed to let that all simmer off and be totally friendly, normal, like nothing happened, or if it did happen, we're totally okay with it. I think that's a very, very difficult thing to do. I think it's possible, but I think it's difficult. If you have a toxic relationship, like Paige said, those controlling habits, things like that aren't just gonna go away the second you break up. They are gonna continue. So make sure that all that toxicity has been talked about and removed from any kind of relationship before you get back into one.
Be real with yourself, with them, it's probably still toxic.
This is another doozy.
Yeah.
Number 8, are you okay with them dating someone else? Because if there's any kind of friction in there, you absolutely are not over your ex and you shouldn't be friends with them.
And this one happens so often. I find with exes, like they're like, oh yeah, like we're totally cool, like we're besties now, and everything's fine and dandy when neither of you are dating anyone or seeing anyone, but as soon as you find out that they're with somebody or talking to somebody else, the jealous rage comes out within, and that's all of a sudden when shit blows up all over again. And it's just like, it's so messy and it's just so unnecessary. And I feel like a lot of people that start to be friends with their exes don't consider this. If that happens, are you prepared? Because if you're not prepared, then prepare for a battle because that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think the friendship can be a friendship and you can totally be functional as friends, but I think getting with someone else, the ex being with someone else, can come as a surprise, maybe one that you're not totally ready for. And I think it surprises a lot of people when the jealousy's still there. Imagining what would happen if they brought their new partner into your friendship, you know, meet my person. How would you react? And I think that's something else to ask yourself and reflect on.
Okay, so number 9, is being friends with your ex more practical? Are you around your ex often? Like, are you working with them?
Because you have to be.
Yes, because you have to be. Are you working with them? Do you go to school with them? Are they in your friend group? If they are in any of these situations, it may be a good idea to put more effort into trying to be friends afterwards, just because it's easier on you, it's easier on them, it's easier on everybody around you.
Yeah, it's not always practical to do the complete cutout method that I tend to lean towards. Sometimes it's impossible to never ever see them and talk to them again. Do not be friends with an ex because it will make other people more comfortable. So don't force yourself into an uncomfortable position. Although you might not be able to completely cut them out of your life, you also don't have to be besties with them either. You can be civil and work on being civil and creating a livable environment for people around you, while also not betraying yourself and pushing yourself too far into any kind of friendship.
So it's almost like you should be putting yourself first. Number 10.
If you're able to be friends with your ex, that is fantastic, but you need to be self-aware enough to that if being friends with your ex is good or bad for you, in that is it stopping you from moving on? And that's moving on with your life, moving on with a different relationship, moving on with school, family, friends, internal growth.
Yeah, also in terms of growth within yourself. Are you able to grow and learn and be a better person while still trying to be friends with them? Because if your answer is no to any of these questions, I feel like that friendship, it shouldn't happen, because you need to put yourself first. You can't do that if that friendship is stopping you from any of those things, because all of those things are what makes you you, and you need to just leave that shit behind if that's the case.
Yeah, and that goes with anyone. They don't need to be an ex first and then friends. Any relationship in your life that's stopping you from moving forward in any way, I think needs to be reevaluated.
Yep.
It is very much about putting your own needs first. If you're ignoring everything you need and are just skating by, you're not going to be fully there for the people that need you when they need you.
Moral of the story, put yourself first.
Yeah.
Now we are officially full circle.
There you go. But yeah, just a nice little quick one from us today. It's a very difficult situation to be in, and no decision feels easy at the time. And I think when you're in the thick of it, it is extremely hard to see clearly. So make sure you're leaning on your loved ones or a counselor to maybe help unpack some stuff, and also be patient with yourself. This does not happen overnight.
No.
These 10 things are not like the day after the breakup, be like,
check,
okay,
check, check,
number
check,
one.
yeah.
Exactly.
We got through it just fine, so.
Look, we found each other.
We did, look at that. Love of my life, baby. Okay guys, well, we hope you learned something, or at least enjoyed today's video. If you have any other tips and tricks videos that you want us to tell you about of our own personal experiences, we'd love to share them. We're not great at sharing it, but we love to do it. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye guys.